Ladies and gents, good morning. Bit of a late start today. How you guys doing? Citizen Ninja 07. Jangmo, hello. Sungaze, hello. Jason, good morning. KSS, hello. Well, I started. So I'm filling out. When you start streaming, you click on the start streaming button in OBS, and I'm like, well, I have to pee now. So should I just hold this in, or should I go right now? I know. Well, you guys don't mind, right? Jens, good morning. Seeker, hello. Good morning. Yeah. Alrighty. We have a couple of things to look at. The IAE is in the EPTU. There's no real spoilers here unless you want to save it for a surprise, but there is a walkthrough done by Carbon Pixel. Star Citizen is on track to kind of match last year, which was a blowout year. We're going to talk more about that in a second. Patch notes, which no one actually reads or cares about, but we'll read over it. And the Q&A on the Zeus is out. I don't know if you guys want to go through that. I did a video about that, which I'm sure you all watched, right? Because I know each and every one of you is subscribed to my YouTube channel and has seen this video I put out yesterday. Of course, Montoya, we love a YouTube channel. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Aeon, hello. Hello. Jassim just finished watching it. Sure you did. Yeah, it was great. Basically, all I do is I look at the screen and then I read what's on the screen. Amazing work. Just groundbreaking stuff. Thrilling. Don't forget to like the stream on YouTube. Yeah, so I'm streaming on YouTube too, and I'm surprised by the amount of people that actually watch reruns of YouTube lives. I guess I just never have, but there's a fair amount of traffic that goes to watch old live streams. I'm curious about that. Anybody here just go to a YouTube channel that they follow and watch a live stream like days after it was made? What's wrong with you people? Gonna walk your hamster. Yeah. All right, what should we kick off with? You guys want to do the sneak peek of the IAE, the International Aerospace Expo? Pascal, hello. I watched them when I missed it live. You do, Jaybird? I mean, will you sit there and watch like a 3-hour live stream? I guess it's just me then. I can't recall ever going to some channel and just watching a live stream. A rerun of a live stream. Is it me that's abnormal or is it you? I think it's you guys. First time chatter, Bascold, hello. Bascold is asking if the 315p tractor beam works in the PTU. EPTU for sure. Are the tractor beams working in the PTU right now? Or is there a difference between the EPTU and the PTU? You are abnormal. It's both. Yeah, I think we're all... I'm sorry. Abnormal is an KSS, that's insensitive. The correct terminology now is neurodivergent, please. All right? You are all neurodivergent to me. Moonhauer, hello. Andrea, ciao. Andrea is going to get mod powers, and Andrea is going to kick out anyone who mispronounces the word espresso. To answer your question, Bascold, Moonhowler is saying no, it's not in the PTU. Hey, let me pull up my... The PTU and the EPTU are different things now, right? Because there's like 4 different... There's PTU, EPTU, the tech server, and live. EPTU. Okay. Yeah, Bascal, do you get that? Tractor beams are in EPT right now. No KSS, don't do that. There's so much more to live for. I mean, you have to hang around for Squadron 42, right? It's coming any day now. Just hold the line of credit, which is a joke I made up. Everyone knows that. Slicer, good morning. All right, let's kick this off. Courtesy of Carbon Pixel. Theater mode. Let me hide that. All right. Walkthrough of the international, and I know everyone hates when I say that. Oh. First thing we're looking at is a table. Now this is actually a pretty good community booth. This is what I should strive for in our next booth. Is some sort of huge background, which is one giant screen, a projector. I like it. I like it a lot. Normally, hello, ahoy. Every time someone says ahoy, hoy, I just think of Mr. Burns when he answers the phone. Is that the reference? Am I getting it right? All right, so if you guys are just joining, we're about to sit down and take a look at Carbon Pixel's walkthrough of the IAE 2953. There are no actual surprises in here. There are just ships, and if you don't want to see what it looks like, cover your eyes because it's just going to walk through and show us the layout. If we've seen previous IAEs, you know what to expect. You're going to walk in, there's going to be ships. Obviously, the new ships are not shown yet. Right, Geronimo. Oh, you know what? You know what? You're onto something. Geronimo, you've got a wonderful idea. You know how you went to actual physical CitizenCon and there are orgs that have booths? Why don't they have org booths in the IAE? Why is this not a test squadron booth or whatever org you guys belong to? Your org leader gets to stand in front of this and have a booth, and then people can walk up and look. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, CIG, we're going to talk. Here's the plan. IAE, all right? A hall just for organizations in Star Citizen. You give them a booth. Instead of this image of Pyro in the background, it's the org logo, and the org members get to stand there with proximity voice chat and talk to prospective members. Oh. God damn, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Chat, you guys are the smart. I love my chat. You guys are the smartest. I know I put you down as being neurodivergent, but your neurodivergence is the best there's ever been. There's 49,000 orgs. Right, so no, they can put a limit in. Let's say you have to have an org of over 100 because they'll filter out a lot of them, all right? Huh. And also, because you can simply create more halls, it's not like they'll run out of space. You can just go in the elevator and go level 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can say, level 5 is where we'll be, come visit us. Yeah. Because look, attending CitizenCon and getting a booth, I mean, look at what Segalian did with Ultima Energy. He shipped this giant gas signage thing, which must have cost, $500, $800, maybe $1,000 to ship. It costs. It's expensive. But setting this up costs zero, besides spinning up a server to do it. The only thing would be like, how do you get people to, well, what is the objective? Is the objective to get people to join your org or just to represent, right? I guess the question would be for smaller orgs, like why will you go to level 5 to see the org of Poop Sniffers Incorporated, right? Starlet, hello. Yes, we're doing great. Papa Malo, what's up? I say exclude test. You got too much. Right, Adam, to be fair, no, and I say this too, like when we go to CitizenCon, it's not so we can attract more members. Like we don't need more members in Test Squadron. When we go there, it's basically shake hands and meet people face to face, which is the most important thing to do at these events. is putting a face. Well, most people know my face, but there's a ton of other people in test who do a lot of work who are not front facing. You saw Seth and you saw Chrome and you saw Lefty at the booth. Those guys do so much, but no one's actually seen their face because how hideous they are. But the important thing is for a lot of orgs is basically, just the human contact of it. That's the important thing. But I think this is a wonderful way to have community booths without costing an arm and a leg. Right? Stratos, what's up? We need more orgs for battle, says Black Ninja. Yeah, look, that'll come. A lot of organizations are, I don't want to say hibernating, but a lot of the normal people, all right? And this is going to be difficult for you guys to understand, but normal people don't hang around for 10 years for a game in development. They come when there's a finished game. So when Squadron 42 does come out, you'll see all these people pop out the woodwork from old orgs, which you forgot about, and come back and go, aha, here's the game. And they'll come back. So there'll be more of that. Rutu, hello. So Black Ninja, yeah, there'll be a lot more orgs, a lot more activity when there is a more complete game. Squadron 42 coming out is basically going to be that pivotal moment. Every single person that backed this game years ago and has just kind of wandered away and forgotten about it will be back for Squadron 42. Once Squadron 42 is complete, you then come into the PU, most likely also join an org, because then you have you can fight for space, you have backup, fight for resources, that kind of fun, which makes the game fun. So it's coming. Be patient. Just be patient. That's why you only chat. We don't see you. Adam, I have to see. Actually, Adam, send me pictures. I want to see now. Firebrand, hello, welcome. 42 is just Call of Duty solo players. I don't know, man. I didn't think much or place much importance on Squadron 42, but I'm more excited for it now than ever. After seeing, the new imagery we saw now, I am excited for it, but also as a way to introduce people to what Star Citizen is about. What is the universe about? What's the feel for it? What the actual texture of the game itself. Squadron 42 sets that up. It brings us there. So I think this crazy idea that Chris Roberts had about making a single-player game and the PU, which is insane, makes perfect sense to me now. And I didn't agree with it earlier, but now I'm like, yeah, it's the perfect combination. It's exactly how it should be. Because look at what's it called? Cyberpunk. I loved Cyberpunk. And after I think I've finished Phantom Liberty at this point in time. And I go, wow, I wish I could hop into some kind of multiplayer or co-op in Cyberpunk right now, but there is no such thing. I go, guys, check out this cool sword I found, the cool jacket I found, but there's no one to share it with because there's no one in the game. It's a single-player game. So Squadron 42 being that single-player game, and then, bam, you're out in the PU where you can share with everyone. It's a magical idea. Exactly right, Encrypted Afro. I didn't think it was a stupid idea, but I didn't see it as necessary. I didn't think we needed a single-player game. Just focus on the PU. Let's get that out. But after playing Cyberpunk, exactly, I wish when you finished Phantom Liberty or you finished the end of Cyberpunk, goes, Hanoko is now no longer waiting for you at Embers, which is the nag screen, right? Hanoko is waiting for you at Embers. Why don't you now go play co-op with everyone? Why don't you now go into the persistent universe of Cyberpunk and play on? That would have been amazing. And it's the one missing thing that keeps people. If Cyberpunk had co-op or multiplayer, it would be like the game of the decade. But the thing is that single player, you finished, it's done. I finished Phantom Liberty. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess Songbird's, I'm going to give spoilers. Oh, well, Songbird, and it's done. Yeah, Jonathan, don't hold your breath for private servers. Nomely followed me. Thank you for the follow. Gecko GTMX, thank you for the follow. All right. That is my talk. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on why community booths in the IAE will be relevant and important. And let's proceed with the walkthrough of the IAE. Again, there are no real spoilers other than what's going to look like. Let's roll. Thank you for the follow, Cody Kara. Yeah, like a little pamphlet saying, join my org, with a little logo on it. Why not? Why not? It's a cracked sign for some reason. What does it say? Don't buy what? What did it say? Don't buy alien. Okay, I gotta take a screenshot of this for Lefty. Lefty is our local right-wing UEE. I'm gonna send this to him right now in Discord. There we go. Alright, so we can see by the purple lighting that Gatak, the manufacturer, which is the manufacturer of alien ships, is definitely going to be bringing us an alien ship. We discussed this already, and we all agreed that it's not the Raylan, but there's going to be a new offering. It's going to be that floaty ship we saw.
Destination for live events and exhibitions.
No, Jonathan, I did not see that. Backers asking for cloaking. No, CIG has said there's no actual invisibility cloak. It's more about reducing your cross-section and IR. That's their version of cloaking. Wouldn't put it past them though. There might be alien cloaking that does that. We'll see. I'd like it. Gecko saying subscriber flare is a new medgun variant. Yeah, I saw that. Pull up in a second. $2,900 for the shirt? Does the stuff you buy from IAE persist during wipes? I don't recall. I'm trying to think in my inventory. It wipes, right? Org shirt slicer. Oh my god. Brilliant. Brilliant. Not only do we get org booths, but you get to sell a shirt for like 500 UEC. And that 500 UEC goes into the org bank. Oh my god. But then it all wipes. Yeah. That's great. There are some leaks. The Hornet Mark II. Interesting, Waldo. They may be on display. I don't know if they'll be selling it. Or maybe as a kit to upgrade your existing Hornet, right? You still have the old IAE shirts. Oh, so it doesn't wipe. Right. Yeah, org shirts also. They'll be great. So, off we go to Zenith Hall. I love the executive armor. I'd like to wear my executive armor more. But just the hassle of losing it and being unable to get it back is a headache. Oh, so the IAE shirts do persist? Okay. Kathy, what's up? Brie of Tar... I was like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, because she's blonde. She's a giant of the woman. She wants to eat your liver. Asperia. Oh, this is new. Is it? Or is this the one where they discover the Banu? Oh, this is the one where she finds that Banu in the cave, right? The Defender.
This is the right place.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Intergalactic airspace.
Alright.
Pasternak saying the mystery alien ship will be Connie-sized Xeon ship. Right, Pasternak, we already surmised it's going to be the floating ship we saw in the silhouettes, and it looks to be at least 2 or 3 levels thick. So, very possible. I know you wouldn't be a minority, that's actually the majority. Sorry, Athy, your sensitive ears in your old age. It's too loud. So for new arrivals, that's the Banu Defender. Awesome little ship when it had the hit scan weapons on it, which have long gone. Are they coming back? Did I mention anything about that? This is the Glaive. It is due for a rework. Now I'm curious to know how CIG will be handling it, if they give you the option to upgrade it, or they give you the option to keep your original one. I personally feel they should give everyone the new updated version of it. And the Prowler, which is pretty much one of my all-time favorite designs. I wish there'd be variants on it besides the dropship, but that'll never happen. In the distance you can see 2 Talons, you can see the Xeon Scout, and you see the Blade. And here we see the sacrifice of... I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're entertained. Location music is loud. Is it? The idea is that it blocks out the sound of everything else. Xeon Scout. First alien ship I ever bought. I was so naive and young at the time. I owned the Constellation as a game package. And I go, well, here's the Constellation and a snub fighter, and then I'll get the Xeon Scout as my fighter ship, and that's all I need in Star Citizen. I just need these 2 ships. Yep, that's about it. Anybody else? Cartuel is a cool ship. Just the problem with the Cartuel is you shoot one engine and it's done. I don't know if they've fixed it recently, but I think I melted mine. I don't even own it anymore. Buying ships is the endgame. Negative on that, Rastman. Endgame in Star Citizen is the fashion. Just making sure you have matching armor sets and matching weapons to match your armor. Mining display, cool. So that's kind of cool. It's like I like the beam there is kind of frozen in time. And they got the, what are those things called? What's that? Is anything new, or is that 2 things piled on top of each other? What is that? Chat? They're blocking it? What was in there? Is that something new? Didn't see it. Kind of cool, showing the different minerals. Look at these rocks. They're minerals, Marie. What was the reference in Breaking Bad? Raven07, good morning to you. That's it? Is there 1 metal? Must be more. Oh, that was it. Oh, I don't know why I thought there was more than that. Just the 1 hole? Huh. Alright. Hope they release the Raylan this year. Wouldn't hold my breath for it. I mean, they're kind of hinting towards Gattac doing more stuff, right? but I wouldn't know if the Raylan. I don't know. I think they're fairly far along. Does that gold armor have better stats? No, the stats are the same as light armor on the gold armor. Although, Jack Weiss, you raise a good point there. And I think we'll get to a point in this game where you'll find rare armor with improved stats. So you may be exploring on some alien world, you find something, and you can attach it as a component to an armor, which then boosts its ballistic resistance. I think it's a natural progression for where the game's going to go with that. They can turn down the porn music. No, Raven. Actually, I'm going to replay this now and watch it even louder, just for that. I was watching an Astro Historian video this morning about Origin and saw something interesting. What'd you see, Athy? Sabathius, hello. Good morning. Afternoon. Check Discord. Better not be more pictures of your feet. I told you. Enough of that. Interesting. Oh, wait. Okay, Athy, what you're showing me there are old concept images from years ago that turned out to be the Banu Defender or something else. No, it's not that, but it's close. It's not going to be that. The new ship that's coming out, we know is going to be Gatak and Gion. Can I show that? No, I can't. Move it over. Can't see it. Yeah. Is that Max Flex or Venture Armor in Executive? It's Venture Armor, if I'm correct. Right? Robert from Germany, Vigats. All right. So now we've seen a sneak peek of what's arriving. Did I miss the Gatak Raylan? So that's kind of cool. I like this dome here. But if this is the alien showroom, I guess whatever they're going to be displaying for the first time is going to be in the middle there. So, ladies and gents, prepare your wallets, because when this does show, and I believe it is the first day. Where's the schedule? Let me just pull up the schedule of the event here. Because if they do want you to spend your money, they will show you the big item on the first day for maximum effect. Yeah, alright, so November 17th and 18th is the Alien Manufacturers. So this is basically the first day of the event, and in the middle here, we will see what I suspect will be Gatak's latest offering, assuming it's constellation sized, plus the alien tax. We guesstimated $250 to $300, $250, $350, right? CIG will make more this year, right? Nathan, good. That's the segue I'm looking for. How much will CIG make? So let's pop right into this. All right. Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. We are looking at the funding chart for Star Citizen coming into the last part of 2023. Now, I took a lot of flack in the beginning of the year by saying they will come close this year. And people said, no, Montoya, you're wrong. That can't be true. I said, wait, just wait. So, selling the F8 Lightning brought in 15 million compared to 8 million in the same time last year. Now, we do need to see if they... Look, I'll explain this again for those who are new. Let me just pull the screen up a bit. Right. Let's go back a bit. Let's go back a little bit. Jax is stuck in Pyro. Yeah, we'll see him back, Slicer. I think he's going to make it back. He's going to make it back. Athy is new. You're right. All right. So let me take you guys back in time a little bit as far as funding. Now, 2012 was the Kickstarter. 2013 was a year which we were all blown away that there were enough people interested in spaceships that they managed to raise another 28 million by selling spaceships from the newly created Robert Space Industries website. That was mind-blowing that there were that many people interested in buying JPEGs of spaceships, which will one day be in the game. It was impressive. And it was equally impressive for 2014 that they repeated that. Now, 2015, 16 followed the same. 2017, like, what happened now? It's falling. So I remember thinking then that this is pretty much going to be very, very difficult for Star Citizen. Also, in 2016, we had the whole Answer the Call, which is very scarily reminiscent of Hold the Line. And the whole thing was that in 2016, they're going to show you Squadron 42. That was a big vertical slice. And 2017 was the year it's all going to happen. But 2016 came and went, and they didn't release Squadron 42. Instead, they showed us a vertical slice and a long explanation of why they were not ready to show us because it just something wasn't right. They're going to work on something. And we never actually got an answer. So a lot of people disappointed. A lot of people very angry. And the anger and disappointment reflected in 2017's where only 34 million was spent. So if you manage to piss off your player base by promising something, which then doesn't come along, you're only going to make 34 million. And so if 34 million is the worst you can do, right? The next year was basically, hey, here we are. Now, 2018 was a CitizenCon year. And what year was this? Was it LA? Where were we? Texas? I don't recall. Was 2018 the Texas CitizenCon? Not impressive compared to what we have now. 2019 was when COVID began. Right, so actually 2018 is fairly disappointing considering the Kraken was released, right? Is that it? That's pretty horrible. Huh. The site I'm looking at is called ccugame.app. All right, so moving on, 2019, 2020. Now, here's the big concern and the big surprise. COVID hits. Like, holy crap, the world's coming to an end. Businesses are shutting down. Companies are closing. This is going to be bad for Star Citizen. But January was good. February was good. And now it turns out that March is bigger than previous year. Every single month turns out to be bigger than the year before. And suddenly, instead of 47 million, we're hitting 78 million, which was just shocking. But now comes COVID year 2, year 3 into COVID, and again, 86 million, which is shocking. But at this point in time, the thing that changed between 2019 and 2020 was that the free flight events, IAE, CitizenCon sales, Christmas sales. What else is there? We're missing. There's other events that happened during the year. COVID sales boosted. Yeah, shockingly. We definitely did see an effect of helicopter money being sprinkled on people, along with people buying second, third houses, new vehicles. I'm pretty sure some of that COVID money went right into gaming, right? So I'm trying to remember what events happened in the early part of the year. So look, there's sales which take place during the year, and I think they definitely got down. The whole IAE, the Christmas events, and CitizenCon sales all combined together bring us to what happened in 2022. Now, again, shocking number for 2022. CitizenCon canceled, but massive year again. People just had tons of money. All sales due to Tony Z. Yeah. Rightful. I think so. So here we are, 2023. All right. Our first CitizenCon since everything ended. And the F8 controversy, CIG saying, no, you will not be able to buy this. You have to earn it in the game. And now it's gone for sale. Now, I don't know if that is still a controversy. Are people still pissed off about that? Are people still crying about that? The F8 brought in 15 million of sales. Look, 2023 was falling short. January, February, March, April, May. From May, it looked like it's falling short. But October with the F8 sales definitely bring us back in line. Now, IAE coming out. We know there's going to be a big alien ship. Is it possibly the Hornet Mark II being tossed in there? We'll see. But I think we will definitely be going over 100 million. I don't think we see 2022 numbers. This was a freak year. I think the fact that there was no CitizenCon, there was an online CitizenCon, everyone gets to stay home and just spend their money instead of spending money on flights and hotels and food and drinks. All you do is sit at home and spend your money on spaceships. That's why I think you saw these big numbers here. I don't think we repeat this year. I don't think we get as big an IAE or Christmas sales. I think we fall around 100, maybe 105. I don't think we crack 2022. Just my personal opinion. What do you mean, Jonathan? Those guys got javelins for $3,000. Give them out to streamers? Which streamer got a javelin? When was CIG giving out javelins? Because I missed it. Now that I'm a big streamer, I'm waiting to get my streamer privilege, and no one from CIG has contacted me and said, "Congratulations, Montoya, you now get streamer privilege." I'm waiting, still waiting on it. If they gave out ships cost $10,000, streamers, and no one's. Did I miss out something? Did someone get a javelin given to them who's a streamer? Referral javelins, maybe? They will now. Look, there's a limit. I know that they've given out some expensive ships at Bar Citizens. They're kind of saying, "Welcome to Bar Citizen. Here's a surprise ship for you." But I have not seen them give out anything that big. Referrals, okay, yep. So if you guys don't understand the referral system, basically, what is that? 1,042 referrals get you so if you check down on my Twitch page, but there's a panel with a Star Citizen logo and it says something about click here to join or whatever it is. If you do that and use my code, and you guys do it 1,000 times, I'll get a javelin. Actually, we have a javelin already. We have an AUG javelin, so unnecessary. But, yeah. Some CitizenCon attendees got a free javelin? Explain, Citizen Ninja, how? What happened? Was it a prize? Check the referral bonus. Right, Adam, yes, but that's 1,000. You need 1,000 referrals to get that. And, okay, I get what you're saying. So, like, Morphologists, Board Gamer, those guys, they hit those numbers pretty easily. There was a raffle. Okay, that's cool. But also, besides the big streamers, there are other people who've gotten javelins from referrals without being big content creators. What they did was they bought Google ads. They basically said, I can go spend $2,000 and buy myself a javelin, or I can spend $1,000 on Google ads, which direct people to a landing page, and that landing page has my referral link, which leads into Star Citizen. So several enterprising individuals did was create joint Star Citizen landing pages and bought Google ads and managed to get javelins from that. Who did it? I forgot the names. It wasn't Level Cap. There was some other people who did it, but they managed to hit those numbers from doing that. So, I mean, they took a risk, but it paid off. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, look, if you do bring in 1,000 people to come play Star Citizen, like Morphologists and Level Cap and those guys do, and CIG saying, hey, like, thanks for sending us these people, here's a javelin, why not? I think it's a good deal for everyone. CIG giving out the javelins to referrals, just right. I mean, Morphologists is way over 1,000. Morphologists is upwards of like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 referrals. And the referral is a game package, right? At bare minimum. So say $45 a game package. Let's just guess what, 3,000? So over $100,000 he has brought in to to CIG, and they say, well, thank you for the $100,000 of new people arriving. Here's a javelin. I think it's worth it for them and it's worth it for him. Yeah, everyone wins there. But also keep in mind, guys, these big ships, and we've seen, are not going to be as exciting once the engineering issues come in. You have to run around and put out fires the whole time. He should start giving out referral codes. Yeah, Adam, it's up to him. It's not for us to dictate what he does with it. And I think he does. Or does he? Because I think once you've hit that max 1,000 referrals, what's the point, right? Actually, it's a good point. What is the point of getting more referrals once you've got the Javelin? Because the Javelin is as high as it goes. Unless they give you something else. Now, what else can that possibly give you? A space station? I know in the early days there was talk about individuals actually owning a station of their own. Not too far-fetched. It's doable in-game. I mean, if you can think of a Javelin-sized small space station floating somewhere. Morph uses friend codes now. Yeah, that's exactly what should be done. That's the correct way to go about it. I'm pretty sure Morph does the same thing. There's no point in collecting more referrals once you've got the Javelin, unless there's another level to it. And they may do that at some point in the future. A planet for streamers. and we will call that planet Planet Privilege. I like it. I like it a lot. So, that's where we are on funding. Questions? Comment? Javelin Schmavelin F8? Yeah. So look, funding looks good. Funding looks healthy. I think they'll make a ton of sales in the IAE with the new alien ship. And the Christmas sale which follows will bring in, it seems to be pretty consistent, 11, 6, 9, 8, 6. At least between 6 to 10 million for Christmas sales. CIG is going to end this year in a pretty good position too. And considering next year is closer to Squadron 42 and we'll see more, I see the same for next year. Another 80 to 100 million next year too. So they're in good shape. Thanks for the follow. It's EPAV. Basic math to explain why giving out Javelin for referring 100 people makes sense. Javelin is 3,000 to buy, 1,000 people, buying 40 is 40k. Well, absolutely. But yeah, but Pasternak, it's not a loss, right? It's not as if CIG is losing money by giving anyone a ship. Astropub just did a charity stream and he was giving away a couple of medical ships. That's not a loss for CIG. It doesn't cost him anything just to give a code for a ship in the game. So it's not a lost sale. I mean, if Morphologist didn't have a Javelin, would he be spending $3,000 to buy one? Well, he may. I don't know. I don't see the... maybe it's just me, but as we've gone further and further into the game, I see less urgency to own the large ships. Cyberwolf, we're talking about the... Okay, yeah, you're on it. Right, so it's not that they're losing money by giving ships out. I'm trying to think, like, it's difficult because I'm in a different position. I'm at a point right now where I don't really feel a sense of urgency to buy bigger ships. Like the Galaxy, and I absolutely love the way the Galaxy looks. I didn't buy it. I was like, I'll get it in the game. I'm at the point where like I'll just get it in the game. That's where I am. And if I can't afford it in the first month of playing, I'll just grind for the year and get it then. So I'm pretty sure that an org, well, look, my position is unique, right? Because I'm running an org too. If I didn't have a Javelin, will I be able to afford a Javelin in the game within a year? And the answer is probably yes. Probably yes. Right, so Starlet, don't feel the urgency. I know we've all been there. And like as the stream started, I was saying this about how when I first bought the Xeon Scout, I had the Constellation, which had a snub fighter on it, and the Xeon Scout, and go, that's it, that's all I need. But what CIG has done very, very well is the marketing, saying, hey, check out these new cool ships, and they are cool, and we do want to have them. But you come around eventually to where I am, and I think a lot of people will get there eventually also, is like, I like it, but I just don't think I want to buy it for cash. I'll just buy it in the game. Like the Zeus picture right here. I love this Zeus Mark II ES. As an exploration ship, it ticks all the boxes for me. It's the right size. It's the perfect shape. That's what she said. And I want it, but I just don't need it. And I'll be happy just to get it in the game. And I know a lot of people get there too. Right? Pyro channel is up. What is the situation with Pyro? Was it closed? I don't have the time in front of me. Ancalime. Anyone have the schedule for Pyro? What is the status on that? JD, I mean, I've never heard that either. But, I mean, we can pretend that we heard it, right? It would be nice to hear it once in a while. Damn, woman. Why don't they ever say these things? If you had to start with 2 or 3 pledge ships, which one would you pick? Waldo, great question. Great question. If I had to start the game today, I would get the Cutter Scout starter package. That's all you need. But if you're looking for 2 or 3 ships, the starter ship for the ship we can quickly recall to go anywhere. Thanks for the follow, Ancalime. The starter ship for sure. Then a profession ship. So the Prospector or the Vulture or something for cargo. Hull A, Hull B. Probably the Hull B. Right? And that's it. Just your taxi, which is your starter ship. Your profession ship. And maybe combat. Maybe. It just depends on what you want to do. Red Ensign saying the Cutter Scout, the Arrow Prospect. Yeah, exactly. So it's a blend of that. So your taxi ship, your fighter ship for maybe the bounty missions, and your moneymaker. Moneymaker being either transport or mining or salvage. That's it. Do you think the Suntalk will make the IAE? Martin, I would think so. Good question. Was there a spot for that? Let's see if there's any empty spots. Actually, you know what? There's no open spot. Unless this changes. But then again, it is 2 days. We could be wrong. So I'm assuming that the empty space in the middle is for the new ship, but the Suntalk Yai, you're right. I don't see it. There would be an empty spot if they were bringing it in. Downstairs. Oh, yeah, that's right. Maybe. You're right. And there's other halls. There's other halls too. Suntalk is a holo viewer? Sadly. Okay. So they're not down on it there. It's still busy. All right. Tech Praetor, and if you're bad at pew like Mina hopes. No, listen, Tech. This is such a great topic, Tech, you bring up there. And I know it seems like the community is all about PvP. And is this still a big topic right now? Not right. Where am I looking? Robert Space Industries. Let me just check. Is this still a big topic about the PvE and PvP stuff? Because I hate to break it to... PvP concerns overwhelming us. CIG needs to react. Yep, still is. We need PvE servers, says Obi-Wan Shinobi. I don't want to be in a verse with no PvP at all. I don't want to live in a verse with the brain space psychos that kill sci-fi interaction. I want to have actually discovered people's motivations instead of safely assuming based on the server I've chosen. It's stupid to have verse divided people So this is still a discussion. Asking for PvE servers, asking for less depth for all. Oh, is he for or against? Someone bring me up to speed. What's happening with the PvE versus PvP discussion on Spectrum? Because I don't follow it. Pasternak bought the Kraken for the org. Yeah, listen, I think that's great. If you have the financial means and you have a group of friends in your org and you want to go out and buy a large ship, that is a blessing. That is awesome. And I'm sure they all appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, Tech Prater. Yeah, so anyone follow this drama on Spectrum, which I've ignored? Let me understand that people are asking for PvE servers and he's saying no, he doesn't want them. Can we stop making threads about this? You want to share your opinion on the matter? Please comment on the 100 other threads. Are there 100 threads? I gotta see now. CIG, please don't. Oh, flashing lights. I agree. PvPers are more scared of PvE servers than PvE players getting ganked. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I didn't have coffee in the morning. F Spectrum. No. It's EPAV. We must embrace it. You must embrace it and become one. With it's true. I don't visit Spectrum. I just don't find the discussion to be. I'm like, and but look, this is the Zeitgeist. This is the feel. What are they saying? The argument of wasting resources of different servers is a straw man with dynamic server meshing in mind. Okay, many PvPers claim that they are a majority. That is wrong. In any MMO you go to, World of Warcraft, New World, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Majority of players are there for chopping down trees and collecting butterfly wings. PvPers are the loudest, but are never the majority. New World had such great PvP world, it died. Tech, tell me what happened with New World. Actually, I played New World at launch, and I've spoken about that on the stream before, about the PvE versus PvE and how New World has the turn on and off, which I liked. I liked it, actually. You want to wake up in the morning and do PvP? PvP on, go for it. Knock yourself out. PvPers always be the loud, angry minority. Right. No, I'm asking if you guys have any stats. Does anyone in chat have stats about any modern MMO which is PvP heavy, as in there are more PvPers in there than anyone else? I'm curious, because my stats might be outdated. So are my stats still right? Atlas? Planetside 2. Right, so I still believe, and unless the numbers have changed over the years, that majority of people that go towards an MMO are there for the PvE. Right? And I'll draw experience from my time in Fallout 76, which I still enjoy. Screw you guys, all right? With your hate for Bethesda and Fallout 76. But Fallout 76 had PvPers, and the PvPers goes, we want a PvP server, we can just do our PvP. And they gave them a PvP server called Nuclear Wasteland. And where is that server now? It is gone. It turns out, strangely enough, that PvPers don't like going up against other PvPers who are equal or better to them. In fact, they hate it when they go in for PvP session and get killed repeatedly by people who are better than them. So the irony is, PvPers love ganking on a poor miner who's just there to mine his rock, and they'll blow him up and go, hey, get good, man. Just get friends, get good, because, this is PvP. But as soon as you toss PvPers together with other PvPers, it never works out. They just don't like it. There's no fun in getting killed all the time by someone better than you, it turns out. Right. PvP is only fun, and this is talking from experience too. When I go out in Star Citizen and we have 5 or 6 of us and we go out and we're just wrecking some poor guy that can't defend himself, it's a lovely time. The ship blowing up is beautiful. You feel powerful. You feel good. But then when you come across someone who does it to you, like, oh man, that guy's cheating. That guy must have some kind of shield hack. He must be using some kind of aimbot. That's not right what he's doing. Right. I mean, look, we can all agree the fun part of PvP is winning. It's law of motion. Thanks for the follow. The best part of PvP is winning. And those of you who will say, well, you need PvP to practice to get better. And I told you guys this, you young bucks, all right? You'll hit a roof. If you are PvPing and improving every single week, and every single week you're doing better and better, I hate to break the news to you, you will hit a ceiling. There's only so good you will become. You will not improve indefinitely. You will hit a ceiling where this is as good as you are going to get. And guess what? Someone younger and better looking than you is going to come along and wipe you. He's going to wipe the floor with you because his reflexes are better. All right? It's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, Jangmo, it'll happen to you. It'll happen to you. And so PvP at some point or another stops becoming fun when you're the one who's getting killed consistently. So who was that clip? I think it was Space Cutlet. There was a clip of him just shooting everyone coming out the elevators on Pyro. And he's having a great time when everyone is losing their minds. But look what he's doing. Look, there'll come a time where someone ganks him. It comes around. It always does. Well, yeah, Athy, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the men in this channel, right? The men are all useless. The women, strangely enough, are actually pretty good. And this, when it comes to snipers also, I don't know if in those of you in the military, but female snipers are pretty good. I don't know if it's lower center of gravity or it's the ability to slow down your heartbeat better, but typically female snipers are better than men initially, all right? I mean, it comes down to practice at the end. But if you take a group of cadets, women and men, the females typically do pretty well. Am I right on that? Just better at aiming. And patience. Yeah. Yeah, Cyberwolf, there are actual men in his chat. There's at least 3 men in here, I think. Women have no heart. Yes, the blackness of their hearts give them aim. That's where it is. Oh, Athy sniped from a moving boat, all right? The best kind of sniping there is. But anyway, onto the topic. No. If you hate men, no. Here's the thing. Women love men who like internet spaceships. I want to tell you guys here, and this is important, all right? You are important. You are a valued commodity. Those of you who are in here, the men in here, all right, who may feel unloved, rejected, know that you are the most special thing that can possibly exist. You are a man that plays a game with internet spaceships, which is the hottest thing. Women will deny it, but it's the hottest thing, the hottest combination of being a man and playing with internet JPEG spaceships. You are the most valuable thing in this universe. Remember that. Each and every one of you is special. You have special needs. I'm sorry, neurodivergent. We have to go back. That's right, you are special. I kind of half joke, but you know, men do need to hear this sometimes, right? What? Ton of subs. Things are happening. Tech Prater gave us 5 community subs. We're in the mental health section of the stream now, and I just want some reaffirmations here, some positive affirmations that you are loved. Come to the Church of Montoya. Give forth $5 of subs. But yes, you can tell I run a community, right? You special. Exactly, Jaybird. But I mean that is I'm kind of joking, but it is important in communities to check on the mental health once in a while of your members. So you guys go back to your orgs or your discords and just give a shout out to check on, especially veterans, especially the veterans. I'm sure you've come across them also, and we've gone right into a serious tone right away. The amount of times I've come across some vets in the org, every now and then you got to reach out and just say, hey, what's up? How you doing? It makes a difference, man. It really does. So reminder, guys, reach out, check on those around you, see how they are. It's always tough. And Saturday is Veterans Day. Thank you, Athy. Yeah. I mean, I knew that. Why do you think I'm bringing it up, right? Right? Obviously, I knew that, Athy. Saturday. Right, and a lot of a lot of vets do come to gaming to get away from it all. We see that. It's their relaxation, their breakaway from the struggles, coming to an online community just to let go and relax. I'm a vet. Where's my discount? Little Boots. We are sending you a javelin once my streamer privilege is confirmed. There's a Storm vet in the house. Sabbath, thank you for your service. Actually, we'll probably do a Saturday stream. We'll start thanking everyone for the service. You guys know my story, right? I was thanked for my service. I was not in the military. But when I was walking through the airport from CitizenCon, so Seth made me these awesome tags from the base. Thank you, Seth. So it says, I don't know if you guys can read it. It says, Montoya, glorious leader, test squadron, number 00001, all right? And I was walking through the metal detector at the airport, and it beeps. And the guy goes, do you have anything on you? So I'm checking my pockets, I'm checking, no, like I don't have anything. I went like this. I go, oh, and I pull up my tags. And he goes, oh, okay, go through. And then as I'm walking through, he goes, thank you for your service. I'm like, what do? Do I tell him no, it's a video game? So I just kept on walking. Thank you for your service to CIG. I was there. I answered the call. Stolen valor, yeah. No, listen, I answered the call. I sacrificed. Well, what am I supposed to do? Like turn around and go, no, it's for a video game? Like just shout across? I'm 10 meters away at that point. Go, no, it's for a video game. Thank you for your pledges. Yeah, exactly. All right, so back onto, I was trying to figure out what's happening on Spectrum with the PvE stuff. But also, I mean, it helps that I'm in shape. It looks like I shave my head and I'm in shape, so it looks like I'm probably in military. Like I didn't have the heart to turn around and explain why I'm wearing tags. Oh, maybe, right, Phobos, maybe he was a Star Citizen fan and recognized me and went to thank me for my service to CIG. Ah. All right. Round is a shape. Well, look, I was sucking in my gut, so you couldn't see my dad bod. Which line? Right. Okay, so what is the deal here with the PvE versus PvE? I don't know why this is such a matter of confusion for people still. But back into the topic before we derailed there. PvE players will always outnumber the PvP players. So I don't understand. Look at ED. What is... Okay. PvP players have always said that all modes other than open have ruined Elite Dangerous, while everyone comprising a large portion of ED community is solo. It's the same argument. It's the same old argument all the time. Here is the bottom line. Here's the bottom line of the PvE versus PvP story. It comes down to shekels. Well, I can't say shekels. We have to get political. It comes down to dollars. The people who will spend the most money in this game, in any game, are the PvEers, right? The guy who's working 9 to 5, comes home, has dinner, has 2-3 hours free. He doesn't have time to grind and run 10 dungeons to get the special gem of Amaranth, who is doing a hot tub stream. The special gem of Amaranth to craft the golden helmet of Zarbath. Instead, he will buy the crafting materials with money, with real money. Now, the PvP guys don't have to worry about crafting the emerald of Amaranth. They will go and PvP and get the stuff they need. All right? You have that helmet? The people spending money in games are not the PvPers. The people spending money in the games are you, my special needs chat. Thanks for the follow, Frossetti. Well, not you guys. But the people spending money in the games are the people that don't have the time. And it's the age-old, you have the time or you have the money. Which is it? If you have the time and the money, you are retired. Congratulations. For most people, for most normal people, you either have the time or you have the money. The PvPers will sit and play 8-10 hours a day. They are streaming live. They are streamers. They are spending 12 hours a day playing games. This is their life. Great for them. Most of the normal gamers do not have the hours in the day, but they do have the money, which is why this has happened, right? Do you think PvPers are dumping $113 million in? No, this is all PvEers, all you dad-botted PvEers, and exceptionally beautiful, mature ladies that we may have in you. Ruben Soros, thanks for the follow. Hello. I recognize that name. So this $86 million was brought to you by dad-botted 35-year-olds. This $113 million was brought to you by a bunch of gray-haired, well, we're all getting older, right? And this year, again, $100 million will be brought to you by a bunch of old dads who want to do PvE. That's just the truth of the matter. This is it. So I don't know what these guys are crying about. Space Cutlet is an hour 8 of streaming. Right. Look, I don't know if Space Cutlet is a good example. He managed to escape out of Ukraine. We actually had a test member assist in getting him to... is he still in Germany right now? We had someone in test actually help get him from Ukraine through Poland to Germany. And him being able to go online and stream is a godsend. I'm not sure how much subs he has or how that's going, but the fact that he can do this is awesome for him and his family. So maybe he's not the best example, but is an example, right? Yeah. So look, again, the PvPers are going to be loud, but they are a minority. And every single one of these threads complaining about it, CIG does need a balance. CIG will have to find a balance because the balance between PvE and PvP is something which games battle with always. Elite Dangerous battles with it. New World battled with it. Fallout 76 battled with it. PvPers lost at the end. Turns out that PvPers don't like spending money. Also, I think it's an age thing, right? Hawks Gaming, what's up? I think it's an age thing also. The guys with the hours are typically, you know what, when you were in college or university and you had to go in 2 or 3 times a week and you had days free, you'll be playing more and you'll be doing more PvP, right? PvPers fly the $75 arrow. Right. So look, I don't pretend to know exactly what the answer is going to be, what CIG's plan to do. I do trust that there's enough devs at CIG that know. There's enough devs working there that know what needs to be done. Like the Pyro example, everyone's freaking out that Pyro is too PvP-ish, and the PvPers are going, well, get good. Yeah, end of the day, once you've seen Pyro now, right? Once you and I have gone Pyro, we've done 12, 15, 100 hours in Pyro. When there's 100 more star systems and we don't need to go to Pyro for anything, will we go there? I'm willing to bet right now that Pyro will be dead. All right? Let's see. In 5 years from now, when there's 100 other star systems, Pyro will be nothing special. Unless there's something specific that happens in Pyro. But if Pyro is just one of 100 more systems, there's nothing special about it. Unless they make something important happen in there. PvE allows for life interruptions. Yeah, Landscaper, right. Right. I trust CIG will make balance. I think there'll be balance in there. There'll be balance. So while there may not be perfect balance right now, like getting shot as you come out the hab, or Space Cutlet shooting you as you come out the elevator, all right, look, they'll sort it out. The CIG will look at the stats and go, is this a problem? Our intention was it to be lawless, but is this too lawless? Are people abusing the game mechanic we expected? And if people are abusing it, they'll fix it. The issue of PvP players are not even trying to fight PvP players. Right. But that's always the issue, Yay Test. Right? As soon as you stick PvPers with only other PvPers, and it holds true. When you put gankers with other gankers, when you put the PvPers with only other PvPers, they go, well, this sucks. Because it's no fun being taken out by someone better than you constantly. That's the truth. That's just the truth of it. PvP in certain systems and PvE for, yeah, Ikaro, hola, exactly. Right. There will be PvP focused systems, much as the same way when you play New World and you want to go for PvE for the day, you just turn PvP on and you go for it. In Fallout 76, if you want a PvP, there was the server for PvP, go. That the Battle Royale thing going 24/7. Right? So CIG will find a solution. PvP on, go to Pyro. Yeah, exactly. But I kind of like the idea that, say we get together one evening and we have our Javelin, we have a couple of Idrises, we have 30, 40, 50 people. What should we do? Let's go to Pyro. Let's go to Pyro and see what happens. And when other orgs go, hell, holy crap, Test is getting a bunch of people together to go to Pyro, let's go to Pyro too. And so everyone's coming to Pyro to fight. That is exactly what they want, right? So I think it'll work out. I don't think there's too much that CIG needs to do. Also the rep system, right, Box Monkey, exactly. The issue is, for PvPers, there's not much sacrifice. There's not much they're losing. There are very, very few consequences for PvPers in Star Citizen right now. You get crime stats, so what? Doesn't matter. The issue is this. What the frustrating part that people are experiencing, I don't know if anyone said this, I haven't read this entire thread, but the issue is this. And if you want to go mining with your friends, okay, you'll spawn at a station, you'll pull out your mining ship, you'll pull out, you have to get the right mining heads in there. Once you've got the correct mining heads, you put them on, your friend needs to go get this, and then you have to get some food, then you have to get some drinks, you have to put them to your backpack. Oh, he doesn't have a backpack, you have to go buy a backpack. You go downstairs to the gallery to buy a backpack, you go back up to buy some hot dogs, goes in your backpack. Now you go pull up your ship. Now you all go into your ship. Now you have to travel to the location of the asteroid. Now you start working on the asteroid. You go out, you stick on your mining thing, you're mining the asteroid. Someone comes along, blows you up. It took you 45 minutes to an hour to prep and get ready for your op. Some guy in an arrow came in, blow you up, and he's gone. The consequences of doing that was 0 to him. He got a crime stat, big deal. But he wasted an hour of your time. So now you've respawned back at the station. Now you have to do it all over again. And the PvPers get security. Right, so here's the confusing, not confusing, but the difficult part is games need to respect your time. And if you spent an hour prepping to go mining with your friends and one single guy in the arrow came and blew you up, your time is wasted. Now, you might not have time to go redo all that and prep again, right? You have to hire security. Do you really have to go to all those lengths just to go mining? Some people just want to go mining. So I'm not opposed. Grigori played Eve for 20 years. It's not hard to do at all. Right, so, but Eve is a very established game. I like the system they have in Eve. We don't know if that's how it's going to work out in Star Citizen. Right now in Star Citizen, it takes a long time to prep and to get out to do what you want to do, and dying is easy. And the person who shot you, there's no repercussions and no risk. The Halloween hunt is respecting my time. But there has to be some sort of respect for your time. If you can respawn at the nearest station with your ship and your gear and your armor and all the things you had, like call insurance. Would you like to respawn at the closest station with your stuff and this will cost you 50,000 UEC? Yes, no. Then it's okay. Maybe that will save you the time. But to respawn back at whatever station, to catch the train, to go pull out from the ASOP terminal, it's a lot of time. Right now, CIG doesn't really respect your time in that sense. Right? So there is a bit of work to be done. Whereas, take it from the other side now, you have just woken up in Grim Hex, your crime stat, whatever. You are wearing your white standard uniform. You don't even need it. Just pull out your arrow and go hunting. And you see a guy mining, you blow him up. Awesome. You shot him, he exploded. You type in the chat, get good, lol. It's fun. But there are zero repercussions. It doesn't cost him anything. He's wasted no time, and there's no repercussions to his actions or consequences to it. So there is balance to be done, I feel. It's like I've done it? Yeah. Come on, we've all enjoyed explosions. Come on. I think we've both been on both sides of this. The pirate taking your stuff is wasting your time. Okay, pirate, that's a good point. Also, piracy. If someone is specifically... Okay, but we're not talking about piracy. We're talking about just blowing you up, right? Because if you're out mining and someone comes and shoots you up because they want to see your ship explode, what have they done? Oh, my sub goal of 110 was completed. Yay. Guys, I am now an official streamer with 110 subs. Awesome. Thank you very much, whoever subbed there. I missed the alert. Oh, it was Tech Prater gifting for 1 month. Thank you very much. Appreciated. So there's a difference there, right? Blowing up a guy mining because you like the explosion, or blowing up because you want to take the stuff he's mined from the saddlebags, that's different. So if you do go out and you pirate someone, you go, give me your stuff, or I'll shoot you, and then you take your stuff, but we're not seeing much of that now. Actually, I don't see much of that now. Plugsack, thanks for the following. I don't see it. Grigori, thanks for the follow. Damn. Getting up there. So I want to let you guys know, you guys who started following me early, you were there when this started. You guys knew me when I had 10 subs, and I was just an average streamer. Now, look where I am. We can't loot our kills? What do you mean, Army? You all answered the call. Yeah. Held the line. I don't understand why it's such a difficult conversation to have. Actually, I do understand. I mean, it's a conversation I've had many times over the years. It's a conversation you older gamers have had 1,000 times over the years also. I guess we need to remember that there's new people arriving all the time. Not everyone's old like you. Aged. Right, Death Factor, exactly right. Pirates are supposed to rob you. Whatever gankers. Blazer, correct. Tomahawk, thanks for the follow. Blazer is right. Pirates are supposed to rob you. Now, Eve does piracy, right? There actually there's I like funny piracy. I like when they come up to you and they go, do something funny. Sing for us in voice chat, all right? And maybe we'll let you go. I think we will get to that point in Star Citizen, but right now it's just, oh, here's a cargo ship, blow it up, because we'll see. So it'll come. I think it'll come. We'll get there. But not right now. I got shot in EVE Online once and people gave me money because they thought it was cool. Yeah. We've seen that in Star Citizen too. I've seen people get shot. The guy goes, "Oh my god, like that was my ship. What am I gonna do now?" And the guy was new, or he could have been pretending to be new. And then people in chat just gave him money. It happens. That's cool. Tom Mohawk subscribed to the Bezos bucks. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Mongrel encounters is fun. I haven't kept up with mongrels in a while, but if that's what I'm all for that, you know. You should not be feeling safe anyway in Star Citizen, but at the same time, it's instead of just blowing up randomly, have an encounter. And if mongrels are doing that, then that's awesome. I like that a lot. I like it. I say we push 1 billion this year in sales. Squadron 42, when it comes out, Squadron 42 may do 1 billion. I don't know. How much money did Starfield make? Starfield total sales. Starfield's seen 10 million players. What does that mean? How Starfield sold well. Is that a number? Starfield, the best-selling game last month. Starfield sold no. Doesn't tell me. Starfield sales numbers. $4.5 billion? Sounds high. Hang on, let's see. Sounds a bit high to me. Top 10 best-selling game, Starfield. Okay. Does it give you a number, though? No, that's the total sales. I don't have the exact numbers, but it is upwards of 700-800 million, right? We're around 700 million, right? Yeah. I'm curious to know what Starfield sold. I guess they haven't put out any. How much money does Starfield make? Expected to make 1 billion. How are you reaching that number? Oh, after 4 years. Bethesda expects to make 1 billion Starfield revenue alone. That estimate comes from 4-year span. In 1 year, they projected to make 600 million, followed by 215 in year 2. So yeah, that makes sense. Initial sales is what we bought, and if they come out with their Fractured Space DLC, the DLC will sell more, but then in year 3, you'll have the, what do they call when they combine the pack, like the soup pack, whatever it is, combines the game and the DLC together, and they'll sell that. So everyone who kind of was hanging on, expecting or waiting for something else to come along, they'll buy that. So looking out for you. So is it possible that CIG will make 1 billion for Squadron 42? Game of the Year edition. Thank you, Ruben Soros. Right. So you get the Game of the Year edition, you get the Platinum edition, which will come with, you'll get the main game and the DLC, and Horse Armor will come with it. And so they'll squeeze it. They'll squeeze Starfield for 1 billion. Definitely. Yeah. Alex, hi mom. Is your mom in here? I wish I hadn't bought Starfield. Really, Tech Predator? Tech, I like Starfield. Well, I'm a Bethesda fan. I think, Tech, what you experienced was what a lot of us did. That the first time we logged into Starfield, especially if you're coming from Star Citizen, you're like, what the hell's happening? Like, why is there a load screen every 5 minutes? It just seems dated. I had a bit of a problem adjusting to Starfield, going, well, why can't I lift up this guy from the ground? Why can't I loot his clothes? Why can't I lift up his weapon? It didn't make sense, right? But yeah, after 2 hours is worth it. Hang on, Tech. If you played, oh, okay, I think Tech's being sarcastic. You know those game reviews where the guys played like 5,000 hours in game, and the review is it's okay. One of those. No, I enjoyed it. I think I'm in 300 hours in Starfield. I liked it. Problem is it gets repetitive after a while. You've hit Endgame, and there's not much more to do. Right, exactly. So I hit my 250, maybe 300 hours, maybe. And I'm like, well, I'm done until the DLC comes out. That's it. Scourge, yeah. So it's not for everyone. And if you don't like the cutscenes and you don't like an NPC talking to you and telling you the life story, then you won't like it. I think way too many people got into Starfield thinking it's something else and then freaking out when it wasn't what they thought. It is what it is, right? But I went in expecting the Bethesda game that I got. Just me. After Endgame, yeah, so T-Love, exactly. You get the Endgame. But that's the challenge these games have. Is it repaired? Can you keep on playing? It's tough. But I do like what they did. I loved, I'm not going to give spoilers, but how Starfield ends and how it encourages you to keep going after that. The first time I went through was like, brilliant. I love it. Like, I'm sad that I'll be losing something, but at the same time, I loved the method they used for it. It was great. Mr. Play Naughty, what's up? I was cool with it. Yep. So, $1 billion for Star Citizen? I think they can. Mohenjo saying, I don't think PvE servers are a solution. I think it's better to have players all together. I agree with that. However, I also think that people should be free to play the game in the way they enjoy. Interesting. I like this. I don't think we see PvE only servers. I don't think we see PvP only servers. It's going to be one giant server all meshed together. But how do you ensure that if you and your friends just want to go mining and not get bothered by anyone, that you can do that? I think EVE Online has the elegant solution for us. And the elegant solution is some star systems will have very high security. And that if you gank or shoot someone in that system, you will pay the price by getting destroyed immediately. It's doable. I think it's doable the same way that EVE does it. I mean, you'll never be perfectly safe. There's no such place. There's no such system that is perfectly safe, but some will just be safer than others. I think that's how they're going to do it. Right, Pasternak. There doesn't have to be a PvE server. There'll be systems which just have the highest level of security. That's all. Right? Yeah. 17th IAE, correct. But the question is, I mean, are ships going to just appear out of the sky, out of nowhere, like in EVE? Right, Alex. If people just want to do that, then they should be able to do that. If you want to hang out in whatever system and just mine or just do box deliveries, but do it without being harassed or shot at, give people that option, because there'll be plenty of people who do want that. So I do think that CIG is aware of that, and they will offer the option. We need a Care Bear squad. Actually, no, that is, I like it. Let's do the logo for that. Care Bear squad, yeah, I like it a lot. Security AI needs bigger threat to unlawful players. Oh, look, on the extreme side. All right, so how will CIG police a system like that? How do you do it? How will, assuming you have high security, high sec, it's called high sec in EVE. Assuming you have a high sec system, like terror or whatever it's going to be, how do you police it? Do security ships just pop out of quantum suddenly? If you shoot someone, you're ganking someone, someone's just mining and you shoot them and they go, you are now a criminal. Does a ship just pop out of quantum and immediately just snare you? Or how will they do it? Same way they keep Daymar Riley safe? Crime stat, you mean the other players? Because that, I mean, putting out bounties on people doesn't work. It works, but there's not enough time. So you're out mining somewhere. Some guy pops up in an Aurora, ganks you, you blow up. What's his punishment? What's his punishment? And how is it dealt out? Now, making someone else appear, all right? So say you can immediately, he shows up on the map now, someone else can jump to immediately. You have to engage in PvP with him now to engage him. Now let's say he's better and he blows you up too. So where's his punishment now? We've seen bounties on people and no one can take them down because they're just the best person on the server. Where's the punishment? All they're getting is more PvP. Right? I think CIG needs to find a way to do it. Well, okay, so that's the ongoing PvE discussion. I see it's still never ending, but again, keep in mind there's just a lot of people new who haven't had this discussion 1,000 times like you and I have. PvE, so yeah, it's not going to be a thing. I'm not going to read all that. But anyway. Oh yeah, did you guys do the Q&A? I'm pretty happy with what we saw here. The PvP slider is the main thing that killed Elite Dangerous. I keep seeing people say that. Did it? Because Elite Dangerous had your PvE server. Actually, I don't even remember. How did PvP work in Elite? Because you did have your private server. And you could invite friends to your private server. Where did the PvP come in? Or why did it kill it? I'm curious. Very curious. PvP in Elite Dangerous. Anyone explains that? No. No. Frontier killed their own game. Box Monkey, I don't want to say Frontier. Frontier tried. All right? Frontier tried to do everything they could. If they executed badly, then yeah, it's on them. But it's the risk they took. Keep in mind, it's 10 years. I think 10-year lifespan for a game is pretty good. I think Elite Dangerous did pretty well as a game. Elite Dangerous is the reason that Star Citizen got a lot of negative criticism early on. Reason being is they said that how can Elite Dangerous make this massive game with all these star systems and Star Citizen just like has a hangar module? Remember that? How's it possible? Well, it turns out that if you rush out your platform to make this game because you want to get ahead of the competition, but the platform you made doesn't really scale up, and that's the problem they had. Elite Dangerous, for what they needed at launch, was good. But to scale it forward, to scale the gaming platform forward, the game engine forward, they ran into issues. And so they couldn't expand the game outwards. Whereas you had Star Citizen, who goes, okay, we will spend the next 10 years building a game engine. Our game is a second thought here. It's on the back burner. We have to make the game engine first. Because once you have a scalable game engine, that's good for the next 50 years. And so Elite Dangerous, basically, think of it as a car rolling down the hill and you got to change the tire. They couldn't change the tire once the car's moving. Star Citizen is still sitting on bricks right now. They haven't put the wheels on yet. Right, so Elite had the problem of moving the game forward and running to the issues. Oh, you want to walk in your ship? We'll create your space legs. Oh, you want to walk in a planet? We can do that. But they can't make it match what Star Citizen has created. It's not that they failed. Elite Dangerous succeeded in getting a game. This is important though. I see people always ragging on Elite, but Elite Dangerous, and what's the guy's name? Braben? They succeeded in getting a game out, a beautiful game, in a beautiful environment with solar systems and suns and the aliens, and they managed to get it out in record time at the cost of building it on a platform which will not be able to scale very much better in the future. So when they created the expansions, there were problems. When they started creating everything else, they're trying to mesh it all on the existing engine, and that's the problem they hit. But it wasn't really a failure in the sense that they managed to get a game out in a short time they did. So I think they succeeded. I think they did very well in the short term. The long term is different, right? Yeah. It was a beautiful game. I played for a while. Nothing came close to the VR experience they had in Elite Dangerous. Damn, that was good. Was that good? I haven't. Now that I'm talking about it, I do want to try it again. But VR in Elite Dangerous was absolutely awesome. Absolutely amazing. It still is, in my opinion, one of the best VR experiences you can have. The first time you put on your VR and you're in your cockpit and you look around, and the hands, I forgot about, the hands, when you look down, you see your body, and your hands and throttle move, and you get the sense of immersion in it. Nothing comes close. Absolutely beautiful. I have nothing but positive things to say about Elite Dangerous and the VR experience that offered. If CIG makes a safe space for Care Bears, I'm out. No, Jack. There's not going to be a safe space. There'll be safe systems. The terror system, there'll be high security. The question is, how do they enforce the security? How? They have to find a way to make sure that griefers are punished sufficiently that you leave the people alone in some systems. So if you want to go mining with your friends and you don't want to be bothered, that has to be available to you. And I don't know if you came to the stream late now, but the issue is that PvPers are a small minority in every game. PvEers are the silent majority and the one to spend money. So if you do not cater to your PvEers, you will be in financial trouble. And the way that we think they'll cater to them in Star Citizen is there'll be safe systems where there's always going to be risk, but a lot less risk in some systems. That's all it is. Elite Dangerous made the mistake of 1-for-1 planets. Really? I don't think that was a mistake. I mean, space is empty, and I think Elite Dangerous captured that pretty well. I think the biggest problem Elite hit is when they came out with that expansion, right? And there were problems in getting everyone in the same area. I don't remember exactly. I never played it at that point. I was out for a while. Yeah. PvP focused players will always be owned by PvPVE. That's a lot of PvP in there. PvP griefers don't care about the company. True, exactly right. Grigori making a good point. PvPers, they'll spend $45. They'll get a combat ship. They'll buy, the arrow's 60? What it is now. That is all the money they'll spend. PvPers will not spend the money. They will buy whatever combat ship and then go and wreck things. And then they'll cry and complain, and if their needs are not met, they'll move to the next PvP game and forget about it. The PvEers are the one who are spending $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Who should CIG cater to? I'll tell you who. Well, I'll leave it for you to guess. The PvPers who I remember from Fallout 76 that cried about how the server lag was bad and the PvP sucks. They weren't the ones spending money. They got up and went to play Call of Duty. And they went to play Modern Warfare. They just went to the next game. They don't stick around. So I don't think that game devs need to cater to PvP too much in MMOs. If the PvPers are the ones spending the money, then give them everything they want. Go for it. But whenever game dev listens only to the PvPers, the loud minority, it ruins the game. That ends up messing the game because majority of people don't want to be on the receiving end of it. As simple as that. Simple as that. Yeah. Oh, I see the potential leak of the Hornet Mark II listed somewhere. It could be, the Hornet Mark II is possibly just for display. If it's showing up in the game files for the IAE, it doesn't mean it's gone on sale. It's possible it's a display or a hologram. No, it'll be a display, I'm guessing. I'll be surprised if it's sold. I'll be very surprised. So, you guys want to take a look at the Zeus Q&A, or you good? F8C is up in concierge. Zeus Q&A. I spent way too much time looking at the ship before I pulled the trigger on it. And I only pulled the trigger on the one account where I changed the cutlass. I got the cutlass CCU'd into the Zeus MR. Let's take a look at this. All right. First question. War Pigs, thanks for the follow and welcome. We're about to jump into the Zeus Q&A. First question coming up. The RSI Zeus Mark II is smaller than the Spirit, but its cargo variant holds more than twice the cargo of the C1, more than the Mercury. Why would someone choose the C1 Spirit over the Zeus? Good question. I got the Spirit and F8. Why need a Zeus? You don't. I think you'll be perfectly happy with the Spirit. Yeah. Did I go for the MR? Yeah. So look, I think we need to clarify what type of bounty hunting. Right now, when we say bounty hunting, we think, hey, there's a ship over here, go blow up that ship. But the bounty hunting I'm thinking of is the bounty hunting where they say, hey, there's a guy here at this outpost. You have to go bring him back alive, and you have to go capture him, put him in the pod, and bring him back to some location. That's the bounty hunting I'm thinking of. As far as being a combat ship, the MR with only a pilot is going to be underwhelming. You're going to need a co-pilot to manage a second turret for you to make it a bit more reasonable. So, the question about the storage was shared right in the beginning. People are concerned, like, why the hell should I have anything else than the CL version that holds so much stuff? Firstly, the Zeus CL cargo variant has 3 size 2 shields, which is beefy. Now, I don't have the stats in front of me, but can someone tell me the difference between 3 size 2s or 4? No, which one was it? There was a ship which had 3 size 2s and then there were 2 size 3s. I forget. Okay, not important. Anyway. The 4 size 2 shields are reserved for the ES exploration, so that's beefy. Another reason why the exploration one is interesting, heavily shielded. So you're dropping a shield for your cargo. We'll be discussing this more in the near future, but due to upcoming changes to the components, support, blah, 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 we'll be doing a bit of a rebalance in item numbers and numerous existing ships, so expect ships to see the numbers changed. Secondly, Spirit is more agile and has higher top speed. I don't see that as a big selling feature. What's up, Pablo? I don't see a ship being, when I say more agile, they're literally talking about like a quarter of a degree faster to turn, or your top speed is now going to be 1020 instead of 1040. Not a big deal. I don't think. My message didn't show up. Shadow Girl, it's possible that you got caught by the automatic filter. So try post again. 4 size 2s is beefy and rebalancing. Right. So I don't know how beefy it'll be, but it'll be. But anyway, as far as the Spirit being more agile and higher top speed, how much of a difference does it make, really? I mean, if you min-maxing the stats, then maybe, but I don't feel it's that important. Favoring maneuverability and not getting hit over issue carrying. So again, in atmosphere, it's maneuvering better, but how many times are you counting on very important maneuvers in atmosphere that you need the Spirit? I can appreciate that trying to sell the Spirit here, but stats-wise, it's not a massive difference. I don't think it'll be a massive difference. So I do think if you're getting the Spirit just for cargo, I think the Zeus is a straight-up upgrade. But if you like the aesthetics, that's different. That's different. What do I think about the Santoki Eye? I like it. If you need a medium fighter, Mr. Playnoddy, I think the Santoki Eye is going to be good. New subscriber, Griffin Gaming RPG. What's up, Griff? Thanks for the resubscribing. Appreciate it. You know, Griffin wants to start a podcast with me. Griff, are you in here? Or is this automatic? Or is it your bot? Griffin wants to do a podcast with me. And I keep telling him, podcasts are boring as hell. I will rather eat broccoli every day for a week. But we don't actually, you know what? Let's ask the audience here. Guys, this is not Star Citizen related, but I guess let me ask you a question. So Griff and I in the mornings, I come into Discord, I sit down, and they go, "Hey Griff, what's up?" And he goes, "Hey, did you see the news?" And we talk about news. It doesn't have to be politics, but what happened overnight in the news, cultural stuff, and we'll end up talking for hours sometime. But more often than not, the topics do tend over to get political. And we tell everyone in Discord, "Hey guys, like this might get slightly political. Like we're talking, let's say there was a shooter, right? And they're talking about gun rights now. So we're talking about the Second Amendment. And we'll just discuss. Not that we're picking sides, like we're just talking about it. Now, I'm saying, hey, like we spend so much time talking about stuff anyway, but also gaming, you know, should we do a podcast? Because we're just talking about stuff anyway. Let's just talk on the camera. Now, the rules on my Discord and the rules on my forums is no religion, no politics, because these are divisive issues. But at the same time, on the other hand, the polarization we've seen in the States and Canada, for that matter, in North America, is pretty rough. Is there a way to bring people together? And I think, yes, gaming brings us together. Because I know you guys in chat are all far-right wackos, I know that. But even with a liberal Jew like me, we still hang out because we like Star Citizen. Right? But it's true. You may disagree with people on abortion, you may disagree with people on the Second Amendment, but when it comes time to talk about spaceships, we're like, yeah, that spaceship is good, right? And so I don't know, is there room for that? Is there room to do something like that? I don't know. So I don't know, Griffith's like, yeah, we should do a podcast. Well, we'll discuss it. Maybe. Gaming is the answer to solve wars. The first step in closing the gap between people is finding things in common. What is it you and I can talk about? I mean, us right here, right now, we have very different lives, very different religions, very different beliefs, but we can all sit here and talk shit about Star Citizen. That brings us together, right? Like Vertice, okay? Vertice is a right-wing nut job. I disagree with everything about it. Everything. What he says, I say the opposite. But when it comes to Star Citizen, right, we're on it. So now Griff is like, yeah, maybe we should do a podcast like that. We'll give it a try. I don't know. Jassam, exactly. Like people come to gaming to get away from all of that. But it's also unavoidable. And is there a way to close the rift that we've seen develop over the past couple of years? Just because someone disagrees politically, does that mean that you have to disagree on everything? Can you come together on some stuff? And I think you can. I think you can come together on some things. Like the Zeus CL should not have that much cargo, all right? I think it's awesome you support Trump, but we can all agree that the CL has way too much cargo for the size of ship it is. That is the travesty. Right, Daniel. It's the rule in our work also. No politics, no religion. But at the same time, we're adults. And there are times I want to discuss things I've seen. I want to ask questions about things I've seen. If someone knows more about something, I can. And then we'll talk about ships. So it's a fine balance. And so while I'm initially it's like, I don't know, but at the same time, is there a balance you can find? We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, back onto something more controversial. All right. During production, we've managed to get the C1 Spirit to hold 64 ICUs with the proposed 48. It came out with 48 and now they're stuffing 64. How are they stuffing 64? Where's this coming from? Magic Hand Wavium? That's the true mystery. I think I know the answer and you guys know the answer too. The globalists are putting in the extra SCUs here. Nailed it. Nailed it. What is the range of the QED and is it a snare or dampener? Okay, so I'm going to need one of you guys to refresh my memory on this. The quantum snare prevents you from jumping out. Which one catches you? The snare or the dampener? Yeah, Death Factor, I was contacted by my rabbi and I'm not allowed to talk about the Jewish space lasers anymore. He says it's going to be revealed early next year. So no spoilers on Jewish space lasers, sorry. The snare. Okay, so if you are parking out in the middle of empty space, the snare is the one that pulls you out of quantum. Correct. And the dampener does what? Holds you in... The dampener prevents you from moving. Right? So you can start up your engines, you won't move, you're stuck in space. It prevents it. It doesn't prevent you from moving, just prevents the jump. I haven't used my Mantis. Do I even have a I think I have a Mantis. I don't think I've ever used it. The dampener keeps you from Q2ing into the bubble. Dampener prevents QT drive from working. Right. So you can still fly, you can still move, you still have strafe and thrust. That it's not like Eve where it traps you in place, like it webs, right? It's no webbing. Snare pulls you out of quantum, dampener prevents. Right, and so the Cuddy Blue has this, correct? Yeah. All right, so what's the range? And so the range is similar to that of the Drake Cutlass Blue. You can't pull someone out of quantum. All right. So, EMP and quantum dampening, pilot controlled, and this was what sold me basically. We're aiming to allow any seat to control the EMP and quantum dampener. While obviously this ship will greatly benefit from 2 or more players, it'll benefit... Rewind that. While the ship is going to be soloable, it will greatly benefit from a friend being in there manning stuff too. So this sold me on it because I want to be able to just grab a ship and do it solo or have friends. This was a big selling feature for me personally. Mantis is the only one with a snare. Is it? Any ship have a quantum snare? Athy, I thought you were my friend. I guess not. I'm all alone. You know, Listic, I don't think I've seen a single person use a cutlass blue dampener ever. Yeah, screw that, athlete. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. Damn it. Gonna find new friends. Find people that appreciate me. How do you do that? Go to the gym. Maybe I'll find someone there. Lonely. I'm so lonely. It's karaoke night now. Oh yeah, I'm a big streamer. That's right. 110 subs. I mean, I think Chris Roberts actually just texted me that he's giving me a javelin as a giveaway. You know, that's one thing that I mentioned this last time too. CIG loves giving streamers stuff to give away, but they've never given their org leaders anything, which they should. All those org leaders working away, they should get something for their org. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Seth? You back? All right, so EMP, quantum damping, pilot controlled. Yes, they are. If this causes an issue, we'll restrict it to a subset. So I'm curious as to why this might cause an issue. Why is the pilot controlling this an issue? They're worried it might be OP for the size and strength of the ship? Maybe. So I will be very, very upset if they do change this. On the MR variant, the gunner and co-pilot will both have control of one of the remote turrets. On the MR security, the gunner and co-pilot. All right, so gunner and co-pilot, top, bottom turret. Right, got it. The gift to the org leaders will be the actual orgs in the game. That's Jesus Christ, Commander, it's not a gift, it's a curse. You know what? Reach out to your org leader today and just say, hey man, I appreciate you. Do it. They'll love it. Actually, I had a message this morning. Just some random. Who was it? No. Snupreme Chancellor. Is anyone here named Snupreme Chancellor? This is a random message. Just a DM comes in. Hola, Montoya. Thanks for being a great org leader. I loved it, man. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know what? I don't know why you sent that. Last time I spoke to this guy was in 2022. Random message just saying thank you. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Org leaders get all the love for the members. What are you talking about? Org leaders get nothing but hate. Nothing. There's nothing. Have you seen the rumors that get out there about how horrible org leaders are? It's surprising at first, but there's a ton of hate comes in all the time. It's weird. When it first started coming, it was weird, but you get used to it. Especially in my position, they go, "Oh, that's a large org. It must be terrible." So therefore, Montoya is terrible. And like, yeah, it happens. Thank you for being a friend. Death Factor, the funny thing about that show was when they filmed that show, the Golden Girls were all like in the 40s or 50s. But I remember them looking as if they're like 90 years old, right? But they were relatively young. If they were like 40 or 50-year-olds today, like look at Angelina Jolie. How old is she? Like 40-year-olds don't look like that these days. Space Tomato is my org leader. Good stuff, Box Monkey. Message Space Tomato, send him a DM and just go, "Hi, Mr. Tomato. I appreciate you." Trust me, he'll like it. He'll like it a lot. Is the Zeus Mark II CL able to travel through small jump points, making the current largest cargo ship to do so? Yeah, this is a great selling feature. This is actually why I was pondering the pack for a while, but I don't know how much cargo gameplay I'm going to do. So if you guys don't know, there will be different sized jump points, and the large ones will carry large ships, but there'll be smaller ones. What the smaller ones will do will be able to shortcut certain distances. So you may have a star system here, here, and here, and long, big jump points that go between the three, or a short one instead of going ABC, we'll just go AC, but it will be small. So you will only be able to fit small ships through that. And now they're asking, will the CL fit? And the answer is likely yes. So this is a major, major selling feature for that. And that alone, if you're into the cargo gameplay, makes it worth a while, in my opinion. Like Eve's exactly, Grigori. Like Eve's wormholes, exactly. Monty, I will like you if you give me a ship. Cromwell, yes. Come into the game, we'll go into live, and wait for me by the pads, and I will come give you a ship. The Banu Merchantman, one day. Why do prisoner boxes need extra space? Is it possible to place them in a normal cargo grid? Yes. So we don't have too much on this yet, and this is actually the game mechanic which I bought the MR for, because I do want to get into, I want to be the Mandalorian, right? I want to bring them in, hot or cold. This speaks to me. Prisoner pods can be stored in cargo grids, but take up large volume. Items cannot be stacked on top of them. Fair enough. The prisoner pod area in the MR allows them to be stored in a more efficient meat rack format. I love that. I love it a lot. Adam Warlock, I've already got the FHC. Do you know any reason it just showed up again in my concierge store? What do you mean, Adam? I already got the F8. Do you know any reason it showed up in my... I think everyone in concierge probably has access to it. Probably with the IAE coming up. It's going for sale again, unless it's a mistake. We love you. Cromwell, that is insincere because I asked for it. I'll believe it when it comes without me asking. I don't need your sarcasm, your sarcastic love. But I'm good. I have kids would say that every single day. They're awesome. So cargo ships are now likely bounty hunter ships? No. Listic, where are you getting that from? But this is a big selling feature. This is big. Are there escape pods? Beds are your escape pods. And I showed this in my video. God, that's weird. How that? Because you saw in the bunk beds, in all of them, they have bunks. I mean, you got captain quarters, but then there's the bunk beds with one bed on top of the other bed. So what's going to happen if the guy in the top bed ejects? He's going to slam into the guy below him? I don't understand how the mechanics of that work, or if both people are just ejected into space. Is that the plan? I hope the Banu Merchant will have smuggling compartments. Very likely, Tomahawk, it will. Shielded cargo space is a thing. We saw that in the Mercury Star Runner where they stored the Banu guy, right? Remember that clip? The Banu pod with the Banu guy in it. That is likely the stealthy, shielded cargo area. The room opposite the armory in the MR looks empty. What is its function? Okay, let's pull this up. I looked at this in my video, but it was a good point. All right, so we're looking at interior. First of all, can I say how much I love this design? Okay, this thing is the same size as the Spirit, but it seems that they've maximized the interior so much better. So coming out of the cockpit, you have your suit lockers. So here, your environmental suits right next to the airlock. Moving further down, you have your exterior ladder, which leads you into the ship. And I can't tell if that's a mess hall. Coming down the hall, you have your captain's quarters and crew habitation right there. We're wondering how the hell does this guy eject? We can't tell. But moving back here, this is what I love. I love putting my shit on display. So if you found some cool gold-plated sniper rifle in here. You found a gold-plated grenade launcher, in it goes. Everything gets displayed. I love it. But what is this room over here is the question. And the answer to that is, it is the... What? Where was it? This is a room for armor and suit lockers and storage. Which is weird. Because that's that. So you have more suit lockers and more storage? I don't understand exactly how, but I guess we'll figure it out. But here we see the also the pods. I like that. My question is, can you only carry two? Or can you stack them further? But everything about this excites me. It excites me in ways I should not be excited. More excited than when Trump won and you right-wing nutjobs in my chat got excited. I'm more excited than that for this ship. What is the Zeus's top speed? As the ship is in active production, this value is ever-changing, will be slower than the C1 Spirit. So that sounds bad, but keep in mind when they say slower, they're talking 30 meters per second, 20. It's not going to be much. I don't think it's going to be much. We need different suits for different ovation. Yeah, Stratos. That we know there's going to be environmental suit for hot, one for cold, one just for fashion. Yeah. As the Explorer variant will have more shields, will the Bounty Hunter variant have significantly heavier armor to compensate? The answer is yes. Trading shield power for armor will allow the MR to weather the target's fire. For you new guys, I think the Zeus is going to get bigger. I don't think so. I think the size is down. I think the Zeus white boxing is done. This is it. The F8 is now 312 with Warbond, 360 store credit. Yeah. What was the price on the F8C Warbond initially? They jacked up the price. Well, it sold really well. Why not? Right? Yeah, Eparchy, I don't think they'll change the size. It's perfect. The Zeus, the latest ships they've made are perfect. There's very little to criticize, in my opinion. They're just really good. Original price was $260. Oh, they jacked up big time. Nice. Guys, I have good news. Our investment in the F8 Lightning has come to fruition. We can now resell them for $300. Actually, we can't resell. But your investment is now worth more. Does the Zeus have fuel recovery? So yes, it does. We know that. Is the top remote turret pilot controlled? Currently, the gunner seat controls it. So no, the top pilot. But I mean, they keep on talking about how there'll be server blades, and if you want to replace a blade to do something, you will. I don't know where they stand on that, but as it stands right now, only the gunner seat can control that, and the pilot just has the two guns in the front. The buyback has been jacked up, really? Honestly, I thought 260 was a deal for the F8. Just for what it is. $300. Concierge can buy the F8 even without ticket. Oh. Okay, in that case, yeah, whatever. Concierge have no impulse control and are stupid with their money anyway. Let Concierge buy for $300. Which is almost everyone in the chat, right? Well, I like that it's available. That's good. Yeah, the buybacks do increase. I do believe. Raven, what'd you pay for yours? What are the intended roles for each of the 3 crew members? All right, so we know pilot, co-pilot, dedicated seat. In terms of roles, we don't want to lock the players into a set of roles with the ships, while naturally one player will be flying. The other 2 are free to assist in navigation, defense, or turrets, or missile operator, or quantum dampening. So basically anything you want to do, that is fine. Can the Zeus Mark II MR be equipped with red and blue lights? I thought this was stupid, but apparently a lot of people want this. A lot of people want it. Raven paid $300 US. Damn. Raven, what is that in South African rands? Like $1 million rand? I have a $250 brand new merchantman I gotta buy back in that case. Jessam, yeah. I don't know. I haven't done the buyback thing too much, but I do know that they've messed up a couple people's chains. The people who chain the buybacks, they've messed up some people with some of those. So be careful on that. Resisting buying a second F8 for my alt account. Yeah, I don't know if I would get a second one. Would you? I don't know. I mean, I think it's an awesome ship, but I don't. If you have one already, I wouldn't buy a second one. Keep in mind, there's other ships coming out too. Yeah, I don't even know what the exchange rate is, but South African rand can't be. Actually, you know what? Everyone who has remained in South Africa is probably pretty well off at this point. So maybe $300 isn't a big deal from all the diamonds and gold that you mine. 5,000 rand for a $300 ship is nuts. Damn. So I left South Africa in 95. I don't recall the exchange rate, but 5,000 rand was a hell of a lot of money back then. It probably still is now. Yeah, that's crazy. But it depends. What are you earning? How much? Well, we don't have to tell us how much you're earning, Raven. But it's all. How much money do you actually make? What is the cost of living? Because if you look at Australia, where buying a Coke can is $10, right? So if you're making $300,000 a year in Australia, you're just getting by. It really depends on the cost of living and a bunch of other economic factors. So you can't really compare it. Does the Zeus have an external docking collar? Yes, it does. It is right over there. There it is. But didn't we see that? I'm assuming that's a docking collar, isn't it? It's round. It has to be. There is indeed an airlock with a docking collar. The ground ladder access in the room to its right provides a second entrance. That's the room over there, which you can see there's the ladder showing it. Some Aussies telling you lies about the price of Coke. Australia's expensive, man. Have you seen what stuff costs? 10,000 for living in South Africa with rent for single. I can imagine. Yeah. South Africa's not cheap, man. Price in the F8 is still 260. Okay, so someone's lying to us. Oh, it's possible he's seeing prices with taxes. Because outside the States, you'll see tax, right? Yeah. Disclaimer. The answers actually reflect blah, blah, blah. All right. So that concludes our Q&A. Overall, nothing overly new or exciting. It's everything we expected. What's missing from this picture here, though, is the one with the tail fin, right? That's missing. I'm guessing we'll see more about that at CitizenCon. Right, Tech. So 20% tax added. Yep. Yeah. As my bills come to $350 a month, I bring home $2K a week. Space Dorito. 26 Rand per liter of diesel. Huh. Sheepy, I don't know the... Yeah, it's tough to tell. I mean, what do you get paid an hour? If you starting a low-level job in some company, what do you get paid in South Africa? It's 100 Rand an hour? Like, how many hours of work do you have to do to fill up a tank? A tank of gas. Happy N7 Day, really? Oh, is there a new one? Mass Effect. Is there something new coming? I guess the better question is, when is it coming? $36-gallon tank. I can imagine. What are you driving now, Seth? It's not the Raptor, is it? But also, keep in mind, America. It's weird when you talk to Europeans or people outside of the States or Canada. You have to understand, in the States, when you go to the grocery store, it's a 1-hour drive. Right? Oh, you forgot to get bread? Another hour drive to get bread. There's distance. There's a lot of distance. And I see Athy, right? Lots of distance where you are. So, filling up your car in the States, huge tanks, lots of driving. Kroger is a building next to my house. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I've got a grocery store walking distance. But you want to go to Costco or anything like that, it's a drive. In fact, it's faster for me to go to Costco in the States than to go to the Costco in Vancouver. We typically drive across just to go to Costco. Saves on traffic too. So what's happening with the N7 days? What's the big announcement? Mass Effect 5? Okay, let's see what this is. Yeah, Athy. Ever since 1911, you need a passport to cross. It used to be to cross from Canada over, and I did this when I was younger. We went from Niagara Falls over to Buffalo, went to hit up some bars and clubs in Buffalo, which is the armpit of New York. All we needed was a driver's license and just drive across. It was awesome. But after 9/11, that all changed, obviously. So you need a passport and go across. But there's where I am. The border crossing is wide open. Just you drive up, here it is, and you go straight across. It's literally 5 minutes when there's no traffic. You need a password from the US to Canada? The password is Tim Hortons. You heard it here. On the US side, we have passport cards. Yes. Look, I had that also on my North Carolina license. You have the gold star, which means you have that. But I never attempted to travel cross border with just that. I don't know. Not real ID. Something new? Oh, just the actual physical card itself. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, they'll do also. I mean, there's no point in carrying the entire paper passport. Passport card. Right. All right. The credit card size stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's also preferable. True. When did that come out? What is a passport made from? Cotton? I don't know. I've never investigated, Seth. All right, let's check out what Kala Elizabeth has to say about Mass Effect 5, which apparently has been announced today. Take a look.
I wanted to compile everything that we know so far about the next game.
I had no idea this was coming out. I do like me some Mass Effect. Border crossing is recorded digitally now. Right. Which is weird because every time, okay, so I'll cross over, I'll go to Costco, and I'll come back across. And the Canadian and US sides right next to each other. And he'll always ask, how long have you been gone for? I'll say an hour. I go, why are you asking me? Because I know he has it on his screen. And I know he knows I know. But without fail, they'll ask, how long have you been gone for? Half an hour, yeah. They'll always ask. But they know.
And to properly do that, let's go all the way back to the very beginning, starting with an interview that Mac Walters did recently, where he revealed that Mass Effect 5 was greenlit before the Legendary Edition was.
So, okay, tell me what's happening. Mass Effect 5 is being announced as a release date, or what are we looking for? You can cross Canada-US both ways with driver's license at the border office discretion. Maybe many years ago, says Ninja. There's no ways they'll do it now. They'll just say, turn around, go home. I mean, they can, if they want, start running records and checking, but they don't waste time. They'll just go back, like we're wasting the time investigating who you are. Not that I've tried, but I don't see why they would.
He talked about how there were early conversations involving himself, Casey Hudson, and Mike Gamble.
Right. If you get someone in a good mood, they'll be okay, fine. I see your record. I see that you do exist. But most of the time, they'll be like, no, just go back.
At the next game. And once the Legendary Edition was greenlit, he moved over to focus on that, while Gamble and Hudson remained on Mass Effect 5. And it seemed like these early conversations were happening for quite a bit before things were finalized. In April of 2018, BioWare posted a studio update from Casey Hudson. Shortly after Casey Hudson returned to BioWare, he spoke about how BioWare knew Andromeda fans were frustrated that a DLC was never released that would actually address some of the major cliffhangers in Andromeda, and specifically mentions the fate of the Quarian arc. He says that he knows it was
What the hell happened in Play Mass Effect? What the hell happened in Andromeda? I can't even remember. I remember the opening sequence where your shuttle crashes and you jump out and then like you almost fall on a cliff. I don't remember a thing about it. I don't remember one thing about Andromeda. Holy cow. I liked it. I think I liked it. I didn't hate it. I just don't remember what happened.
Something they'd have to address in future games. A few months later, in August of 2018...
Sheepy, you can buy South African products anywhere. You know that, right? Rusks, Millipap, Pronutro. I need Pronutro. Oh my God, Sheepy, are you in South Africa? Please mail me chocolate Pronutro. I'm going to give you my address. I will pay you. I'll pay you American dollars.
BioWare released a mid-summer update where they acknowledge the interest in more Mass Effect. And they say, rest assured, we have some teams hidden away working on some secret stuff that I think you'll really like. We're just not ready to talk about any of it for a little while. The first Dragon Age Dreadwolf teaser released later that year, but we can assume...
Oh my God, sorry for pausing, guys, but he just reminded me of my favorite cereal. It's called Pronutro, and it's a high-protein, cheap cereal which was originally made to feed starving people. And in order to feed starving people, you gotta have have your macros, your carbs, your proteins, and this protein tastes like sawdust to most people. But I love it, all right? Pronutro with the chocolate Pronutro with some milk. I don't know why. I love it. And you can only get it in South Africa and eat some more. Yeah. I've got to go find some and get it shipped. I don't know if, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Now I'm starving. It's also lunchtime.
Conversations were happening back then as well, because 3 months later on N7 Day of 2018,
I'm going to warm some food. I'll be right back.
BioWare released an N7 Day video with a glimpse at the future of Mass Effect. The trailer talks about countless worlds to discover, and then Casey Hudson appears and says, "It means coming into the studio every day, dreaming about what the next great Mass Effect will be." So it's clear conversations were happening back in 2018 about what the next game would look like. This is only a year after Andromeda's release, which resulted in the franchise supposedly being put on hiatus a few months after its release in May of 2017. Later that month, Hudson posted another BioWare blog that there are big plans that they're making for Mass Effect going forward. At this time, conversations were happening for both the sequel and a remaster of the original trilogy. And Mike Gamble's LinkedIn shows that he became the project director in March of 2019. Fast forward to 2019's N7 Day, and both Hudson and Gamble posted quite a lot that day, teasing quite a bit as well. Both Hudson and Gamble posted tweets about being excited about what's next, and that they have been thinking a lot about where we've been in the Mass Effect universe and what's next moving forward. Gamble even asked on Twitter, "Where do you want Mass Effect to go in the future?" And Hudson posted 4 pieces of concept art, saying, "We have so many ideas for things we want to do in Mass Effect, so much concept art that hasn't been brought to life, and so many stories yet to tell." Gamble, quote, retweeted it as well. And at this time, it had already been about 8 months since Gamble officially became the project director of Mass Effect 5. The BioWare Twitter posted a tweet about Shepard and Ryder with a quote from associate producer Jennifer Cheverie. "I'm excited about the heroes we are going to be able to create in Mass Effect in the future and what we can become, and the experiences we can have through them." Gamble also tweeted, "Let's go someplace incredible together." And a tweet that is also a quote from him saying, "Mass Effect gives you the ability to go to the furthest places in the universe. Where do you want to go?" On that same N7 Day, Gamble also tweets a picture of both the art of the Mass Effect universe of the original trilogy and the art book of Mass Effect Andromeda. Later that month, he also posted a picture of the Tempest on top of the Mass Effect art book open to the Normandy page. Nothing noteworthy for the next few months, just a couple of small team updates from Hudson. February of 2020, Gamble tweets that he loves his job. Hudson talks about being impressed about what the teams are doing and saying he even cried at some parts and can't wait to show it all. April of 2020, Hudson talks about another team meeting with incredible work. And I have to wonder if they were working on the trailer during all of these tweets. In May of 2020, Gamble tweets that friends at work talked about something near and dear to him. I'm assuming this was referencing Mass Effect 5, since at the time he had been working on the project for over a year at this point. In June of 2020, Gamble tweets, "I have some very important Mass Effect news to share with you. The trilogy and Andromeda are now available on Steam." And I bet he had fun tweeting this, considering a few months later he would be sharing actual news. 2 days before N7 Day, Gamble tweets about the BioWare 25-year anniversary book, which has Mass Effect 5 concept art, but hadn't been released at this point yet. And finally, on N7 Day of 2020, Gamble tweets that the best job in the world is envisioning the next chapter of the Mass Effect universe, and shares some Mass Effect 5 concept art. The BioWare blog post reveals that a veteran team has been hard at work envisioning the next chapter of the Mass Effect universe. "We are in early stages on the project and can't say any more just yet, but we are looking forward to sharing our vision for where we'll be going next," and the post shares a picture of the Mud Skipper. Shortly after this, he tweets about the book again, and then a fan tweets, "The trio appears to be an Angara, Drell, and Solarian, so Andromeda, but who is on the left?" And Gamble responds,
"So when is this happening? Anyone?" Later, Athy. Thanks for dropping in. Because if they are making a official announcement, I do want to see that. You know what? I'm due for a good Mass Effect game. Now you reminded me. It's been a while. When am I expecting anything? Mass Effect. 6 minutes to go? Where's it being announced? Is there a YouTube channel or something? There's no tweet or link or anything. At 1 o'clock. Is there a Twitch channel? Where was this guy looking in? What is Mr. Hulthen looking at? 6 minutes to go. All right.
Bonds, "Don't be so sure about anything you just wrote." The BioWare anniversary book is released and has a small section about the next Mass Effect. On the heels of a long-awaited remaster of the Mass Effect trilogy, BioWare now prepares its epic return to space. A veteran team is hard at work envisioning the next big Mass Effect game. Expect amazing new worlds to explore with memorable characters, buoyed by the series' signature choices and consequences. There's an incredible universe of history to draw from, and many more stories for us to tell. Project director Mike Gamble says, "We're focusing on creating something truly for the fans." Up to this point, it's been a lot of vague tweets and teasing,
yes.
but finally to some actual news. December of 2020 is when Casey Hudson leaves BioWare and leaves Mass Effect 5 in the hands of Gamble and the remaining team. Before the Game Awards, Gamble, being the troll that he is, tweets that he's going to cheer on the Dragon Age team. And of course, we all know this is when the official teaser was released. In a reply to the trailer, Gamble reveals it was Benjamin Walsvich who composed the amazing music in the trailer. The trailer's metadata also reveals that BioWare is currently calling the next game Mass Effect 5, and that the project's name is Bowie. And alongside the trailer reveal, Gamble tweets a bunch of revealing and also vague hints about the teaser itself and what it means. Gamble tweets, "I've thought about this almost every day for the past 1,360 days, which brings us to March 17, 2017, the release date of Andromeda." A fan tweets, "I heard Godspeed and all I can think of is that moment of taking off in the Tempest for the first time." And Gamble replies, "Intentional." One of Andromeda's previous devs talks about how she wrote Godspeed Pathfinders because their UX UI designer would end his international presentations with the saying, so she wrote it into the first departure scene. In another tweet, he confirms Liara is walking on Reapers. And another major tease by Gamble is when Lazaire, an amazing artist, tweets, "Opening shot also has very pointed imagery of two galaxies. My mind is racing. Are we going to get a single sequel to both games?" And Gamble replies, "Intentional." Gamble.
I need to refresh my memory on so much stuff. What happened with the Reapers at the end of Andromeda? Did anything happen with the Reapers at all? I have to go back and replay the stuff. I don't remember a thing.
Also tweets to another dev, being the troll that he is. "But who is in the background, Nathan? You know, but the world doesn't. But can they figure it out? Who knows?" Another fan tweets, "I can't say I'm not excited, but BioWare just abandoned Andromeda. This is not good. Some of us connected with Ryder and crew. BioWare just slapped us and gave us candy." And Gamble replies, "I think you should wait and see." Alongside his teasing, he also announces that some big names from the original trilogy have returned to work on the project, starting with Dusty Everman, who was responsible for bringing the Normandy to life. Next up is Parrish Lay, who was the cinematic director for the trilogy. He rejoined BioWare to work on the next game and is now the creative director. Brennan Holmes also worked on all three games and is a producer on the next game. And Derek Watts, which is my most excited dev to see return on the project.
I have to remember now. Wait, Andromeda, he was going to a new galaxy for what? You went to a new galaxy to get away from something? Realistic, exactly. I was just saying, I played through Andromeda too. I think I liked it. I don't remember. I can't remember if I liked the game or not. But I remember playing it. But I can't tell you what happened in the story. I can't tell you who the characters are or what happened. All I remember was you going to a new galaxy and then you did stuff. When the Reapers were attacking, they sent an expedition to New Galaxy. Same species. Okay. Same box monkey. I think we all should, you know what, maybe I'll reinstall it and we'll do a playthrough maybe.
Was the original art director for the Mass Effect trilogy. Liara's voice actress, Ali Hillis, also tweets about the...
Can I stream it? Live where? Where's it live from? Is it an official site somewhere I don't see? You're supposed to find planets near the colonized. Right. I don't remember. I remember I enjoyed the gameplay, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it. Yeah. All right. So where is this announcement taking place? And how come if I search for Mass Effect, I don't get any kind of official... Let's see. Is it streamed from where? News, media, and 7 day. Is that an official EA stream or BioWare? Do you guys have anything? Epsilon teaser. Mass Effect? Yeah, no, we're looking. It's supposed to be something live happening somewhere. I don't want to restream this guy. Where's he looking at? Okay, let's just pull him.
No, you didn't.
Oh, from EA Games. Mm-hmm. Återgång viende. PC. Coming soon. I want to see what he's seeing. Where's this from?
It's the old theme.
Check DM and Discord. Got it. Thank you, Vertice. I got it. Rock and roll. Okay. Access code post nebula. Right. Right. And now what? And then? Am I supposed to do something with this? It still doesn't do anything. Where is it? It's the whip team on lunch break. It's supposed to show up over here? Okay. Well, so much for that. Well, maybe it comes up on YouTube. Two years ago? No. Is there a Mass Effect channel? Lost video 2 years ago. How is this so difficult?
With
No. Okay, what are you watching? We'll just watch what he's watching.
Well, it's specifically not for Unreal or for the multiplayer, but I remember it so starkly because I played so much multiplayer back in the day. You guys have no idea. That was incredible. That was insane. Jesus. Who is I don't know what this is. That a human? Is it a Drell?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, here we go. Okay, we have to refresh a couple of times. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, ladies and gents. N7 day. Oh, it's unlisted too. It's 20 seconds. Oh, okay. Sit down for this. What the hell? Is that it? I don't understand what I just saw.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop back here because but you guys want to see all that. Yep, let's.
I need him to explain why I should be excited about this.
Jesus, let's pop back here. I can't. My mind is just racing. What's going on? Who is this? You can't do that. What gun is that, by the way? I don't see the gun. And where is this? Let's see. Okay, so that's not a gun I've seen before.
Didn't show us anything.
No, that's new. That's definitely new. I have not seen that design before. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good.
What looks good? It's blurry.
What planet is this?
Oh my God.
Where is this?
Is this what we sound like to other people outside of Star Citizen? Oh my God. When Star Citizen puts up like a IAE 10-second video and like, yeah, look, it's spaceships. And everyone goes, what the hell's wrong with these Star Citizen backers? Why are they all freaking out about stupid spaceship flying around? Is this what we look like to them? Holy shit. Oh my God, we are so screwed.
The N7, dude.
This guy is us.
Christ. Too skinny to be Liara Miranda, maybe Telly. No, I think this is the player character for sure.
Look at the way he's looking at this one frame. He's like, oh my God. Oh my god, that's me. That's what I do. Holy shit.
Sure. But who the hell is it? Who is it? Okay, let's put this together, okay? First teaser trailer has Liara looking for somebody, picking up a
Oh my
broken
god, he's theory crafting like we do. Holy shit.
piece of the helmet. Does she have a piece N7?
What have I become?
No.
Oh my
No, she
god.
does not have N7 on her helmet. So, this is probably not the same person as we see Liara picking up the helmet piece.
How he's analyzing it.
So, this is probably somebody else. What's going on? Welded with the $20. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Happy N7 Day, Admiral Holton. Hopefully this isn't the N7 hype and switch they pulled.
This is uncanny.
massive
It's like looking in a mirror.
I think this is a different story. I think Mass Effect Andromeda was a good lesson learned. Let's just say that.
Look,
And I'm not
he's
hating
pausing on a
Andromeda,
frame
saying
and breaking it down. He doesn't know
prefer
who
the
this person
trilogy.
is.
But things that they learned from Andromeda, they can apply here. That is how you learn stuff. Hopefully they can, improve.
Okay, I can't watch anymore. It hits too close to home. I'm embarrassed. Nah, we can't do this. I can't bear it. I can't look at it. He's like, you see, guys, it's yellow over here and it's blue over there. But then if you look at this one, it's all white. But the other one had an extra fin on the top. Do you get that? Do you get that the one had a fin, which means then it's probably for speed? Do you guys get that? Oh, God. Is that what we look like? All right. I'm done for the day. Watch the Mr. Ship be abandoned much. Yeah. I mean, I'll play the next Mass Effect game. I'll get whatever it is. But I want to be excited. Okay. Someone wearing armor. A pistol of some kind. Is there any relevance to that? I don't know why that would be important or not. Looks like it's a woman, judging by the figure. That's the tease. Yeah, well. Alright. Thanks for that. Thanks for nothing. The Abyss stays back. Absolutely. Special operative. Yeah, look. I'm all for it. I love Mass Effect. I'll whatever they put up. Andromeda, everyone was crying over Andromeda, how bad. I don't remember Andromeda being bad. I enjoyed it. I just don't remember anything that happened in Andromeda. I think the gameplay was solid. I don't remember. Is that bad? Oh, the my face is tired controversy. Right. Was that Andromeda? Look, let's not make a break. Yeah, it was. Yeah, 6 years ago.
All right, what happened? To who? To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with...
I felt so bad for the devs when this happened. I mean, obviously, they probably just didn't have time to rig up the facial expressions for this particular scene, right? It's bad if it didn't make an impression on you. No, I mean, it's also been 6 years, but it wasn't as memorable as, say, the first or second Mass Effect. But, I mean, sequels rarely are. I don't expect sequels to blow me away. But I did feel that it got some unfair media because of this scene right here. just because the devs didn't rig up the facial animations correctly in this one scene, everyone ripped on them. So I don't remember hating the game, but it wasn't horrible as far as I remember. Like I think I enjoyed it. I don't remember.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec. Not how he died. I pulled those logs. What happened with Pathfinder?
Right, it wasn't memorable enough, but
Sorry, my
I did found I remember traveling to planets, like you pull up the map and then you drag your ship and it moves to a planet. I found that tedious. And I do recall them saying that they ran out of time. They wanted to put in a lot more star systems and travel, but they had to dumb it down to create the travel system. So the means by which you move from one planet to another I found stupid. Like there wasn't any flying your ship, you just kind of clicked and it would go. But I can't remember my criticism exactly, but Bethesda share. I think I enjoyed the combat, and the storyline itself was okay. Face over IP, yeah, sheepy, yeah. But look, I think people, when this came out, this turned off a lot of people right away without trying the game, and I think that's kind of unfair because just because the one scene is wonky. Or remember there were some scenes where you walk down the stairs and the character goes all weird. You shouldn't judge the entire game over that because the devs put in the time, they put in the hours. And while it may not be the best Mass Effect game, I don't remember complaining that was the most horrible one either. I couldn't even tell you what happens. Oh, wait, there wasn't... Was there an irritating character?
What brings a Pathfinder?
There was an irritating character in there somewhere.
Port. Then
is dead.
At her face?
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with...
Actually, I fear you don't trust me. So I'd rather keep certain things secret.
Just trying to show you that the facial animation in The Witch is better. Yeah, it's too bad. I think it was unfair, some of the criticism. And once that gets out into the wild, it's very difficult to pull back. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to refresh my memory on that. I don't recall much of it anyway. But guys, we're closing in on 1:30. This has been awesome. Thank you, by the way, for dropping in. Tomorrow, same place, same time. But Coffee Gaming, welcome. Right at the end. But thank you very much for dropping in. I'm going to wrap up here and go for a coffee and a protein shake. And then I got to get the kids. But thank you, Coffee, for following. I appreciate it. Marley Star, Bravo G. I don't understand what that means, but hello. Griffin Gaming, thanks for the resubscribe. Warpigs for the follow. Thank you. Tomahawk for the follow. Thank you. And for the subprime, Gregory, thank you very much. Pills UK for the follow. Thank you. And my sub goal of 110 was completed. Chef kiss. Ladies and gents, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, let's get prepped tomorrow morning. Same thing. If you have any topics you guys want to discuss, DM me on Discord, or when I fire up the stream in the morning, if there's any topics you want to hit on, let me know. Like this Mass Effect story. This was pretty good, except there was nothing to show. But we'll follow up on that. I'm curious to refresh my memory on the Andromeda story, and I guess that's a good topic, but we'll pick up from there. But otherwise, thank you. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you this morning. I had a good time, and I got to eat my lunch, so I'm not starving to death completely. And we'll do it again tomorrow. But as is tradition, as always, we have to raid somebody. And what we'll do is, I see that Nomadi is having a first-time stream. Kichike is your crazy nurse girlfriend, apparently. What the hell's going on here? Olesei Lieberman is sitting wearing tights. Is this something you guys are interested in watching next? I don't think that's interesting content at all. Captain Richard. Ah, Captain Richard. Yes, of course. Of course. Let's toss it to Captain Richard. And I see he got his username just to be Captain Richard. Let's do that. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm going to toss you over to Captain Richard. Give him an 07. Tell him Montoya sends his regards. Not like the Mafia send their regards, but like my regards, right? He's playing RoboCop. Ask him lots of questions. Make him try feel uneasy. /raid. Captain Richard. This time I know to push the button when it's done. Unlike previous times. And you're off in 3, 2, 1. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. And you're off to harass the good Captain Richard. How does he keep his hair and beard so black? Does he dye his beard? It's impossible he has no gray hairs.
Hey, Tech Creator. Welcome, Montoya. Hopefully you're having a pleasing, if not pleasant, day today. We're going to do some RoboCop today. And
Absolutely. All right, guys. Have a good one. Catch you tomorrow.